Hello, Internet, and welcome to episode 18 of Al and
Ellie's?
Black and Tan Beer Palooza. You want to hear a fun story about how stupid I am?
Sure.
We were watching the 76ers and Wizards tonight, playoff basketball, and I just now, at age 34 and a half, and having, not I'm like the hugest basketball fan, but I'm a pretty big sports fan, I just freaking realized why the Philadelphia 76ers are called the 76ers, and it made me feel so stupid.
I mean, as soon as you
And then I
mentioned
had
it
to
tonight, I caught on
explain
what you
it to
were going.
Alicia because she is not a sports person. So I'm dumb, but we have beer. It'll make me feel better.
It's also, yeah.
Yeah, it's also, oh, surprise, surprise, another Michigan beer. So tonight...
Surprise, surprise, it's another Great Lakes beer.
All right. Kind
Well,
of.
it
No,
talks
it's
about
not
Great
a
Lakes.
Great...
It's not a Great Lakes brewing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're confusing the
I'm
people
sorry.
on the internet. So from Bell's Brewery in Kalamazoo, Michigan, we have their porter. It says porter. It's kind of like, you know, when you get the cheap beer, it says beer. It's a robust porter, pretty self-explanatory. Nothing too fancy. 5.6% alcohol. You know, it's a porter, and it's a yummy porter, so it's good. Yeah. And then for our tan part, Lager of the Lakes, a Bohemian style Pilsner, as refreshingly crisp as a morning swim in the Great Lakes. Oh, it keeps going. This golden lager sparkles through.
Sparks.
Oh, wow.
Sparks.
I can't read either. This goes back to I'm stupid. This golden lager sparks thoughts of sandy beaches and freshwater islands, which we have plenty of those in Michigan. So yeah, it's old timey.
It is. It's
It's
cool.
a pretty cool can. Old timey
lakes.
map of the Great Lakes.
Hey, do you know how many lakes there are in Michigan?
A lot.
There's 10,032 lakes in Michigan, and a lake in Michigan consists of...
Has to be at least 5 acres.
Yeah, it has to be over 5 acres. And
So if we start counting
state-
ponds,
Every state has...
Wisconsin and Minnesota can suck it.
Well, every state has different standards. Minnesota says you have to have over 10 acres to be a lake, and they have 11,000 lakes. And Wisconsin does not put a limit. Theirs is like 2 acres, so they don't have an accurate number on what they have or names. But of acres, I think it was more than 5, they have like 11,000.
Wisconsin just makes it up as they go along.
Yeah, they kind of like that year
Like-
they tried doing the
Like changing every French town name to just like straight up Wisconsin. Like Fond du Lac, Wisconsin's Fond du Lac, if you call them. A different story. I'm gonna pour beers.
So,
Not stop talking.
I have a fun fact that I did not know until I had to look this up for Lake Superior. We know because
we research facts.
Lake Superior is tends to be a very cold
Ooh, that's too
lake.
much.
It tends to be. It doesn't warm up a lot. It's a very large lake.
Super deep.
It's the what is it? It's like the largest surface of the Great Lakes.
It holds the majority of the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Water. It also is
It
the
contains
largest
half of the
freshwater
water.
lake by surface area.
That's what it is. But so for the deep, it is also super deep. The Empire State Building would sink beneath the surface of Lake Superior. So Lake Superior's deepest point is 1,330 feet, and the Empire State Building is 1,250 feet.
Yeah, take that, New York.
Right? And it is, I mean, I've been to the Empire State Building. It's
Imagine
super
looking
high
up
up there.
And you're underwater. Be amazing. Also,
That sounds freaky.
where we're at in West Michigan shoreline
Thank
of Lake Michigan, is the largest freshwater sand dunes in the entire world, including the ones we have here in Saugatuck State Dunes, the Silver Lake, and then the really impressive ones, the Sleeping Bear Dunes, which the tallest one, I mean, and it is not far off the lake, but it is 450 feet straight up sand, and people like run down it because it's super fun. and then they try to come back up, and then like the Coast Guard has to rescue them.
They have to rescue people like every year.
The Coast Guard and like the parks people like started charging because they had to just keep rescuing because people. Could you imagine 450 feet? And I mean the incline is like
it's
this,
huge.
and it's sand.
Well, even the little hill at Sleeping Bear is pretty big, and when
when we climbed it with Dave and Angela, and Dave got to the top and just puked everywhere.
I wasn't gonna go with that, but yes. No, when we went, like, our oldest was like 2 months old, and you're making me climb this big sand dune in June. I thought
it was hot.
I wasn't very
it was hot
big fan. You carried the baby.
But also, for everybody who doesn't know, just an FYI, the Great Lakes are freshwater.
They are.
And you can't see the other side. I worked at a summer camp in northern Michigan after I graduated college, and we had a couple of two like camp counselor people that came over from England, one from Scotland, one from Australia. I took them to Petoskey State Park, and we get out, and somebody asked me if it was the ocean, and I was like, no. Did you look at a map before you came? But it is huge. You cannot see the other side of any of them. And then we go swimming, and one guy popped up. He's like, "Hey, why doesn't this taste like salt?" And I was like, "Cause it's not salt." And like, it's a freshwater lake, and it just boggled their mind. Anyways,
let's try this beer about the Great Lakes and the porter that just says porter.
Stop being homers over Michigan and how great it is. It's great.
It's good. It's very refreshing.
It is refreshing.
Like, this is a good hot day beer. Too bad it's not hot outside today.
No,
we went through it.
It's only like 68.
Yeah. So I tried looking up how many
it is good.
songs mentioned Kalamazoo, since this is from Kalamazoo. Yeah. And one Google hit said that there's like 161 lyrics that mention Kalamazoo. But I don't think that was an accurate number. So if anybody actually knows.
Black Keys sang that song. I went from St. Louis to Kalamazoo. And they're actually singing about Kalamazoo, Michigan. Just to get away from you.
What was it? Glenn Miller did the I Got a Gal in Kalamazoo?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most important thing is, Michigan people, the robust porter.
It is a very good beer.
Lager of the Lakes. Lager of the Lakes. It's really good.
It's pretty light. Like, it's not a very heavy. The porter really balances with this particular lager. Sometimes you get an uneven balance.
It is a really good balance.
You taste one more than the other, but this is a very equal balance.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's yummy. And this Bell's is kind of everywhere, so
yeah,
it's something everybody can try.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. So, have a good Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy yourself. And remember the reason we celebrate Memorial Day weekend?
For the men and women that served
and died for this country. So that's our last little bit. Anyways, enjoy. Have a good weekend, guys.